What up, YouTube? You already know. Big Lou. Tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou. NFZR2. Baby. So, this nice, fresh Thursday morning here in the West Coast, Northern Cali to be exact. It's a little chilly, little bit, but it's a little bit, it's still a little, fresh. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the first time you're coming to the channel, it would highly be appreciated if you like, sub, share the channel, as well as leave a comment, and I respond back to all the comments. This is going to be a little video, as you can tell from the thumbnail, about a up-and-comer future superstar that they had big hope for, prospect, boxing prospect, by the name of Pritchard Colon Melendez out of Puerto Rico. And unfortunate for him, there was an incident that happened in the ring that was a life-changing event. And still, he has never bounced back. And it's unfortunate, but these type of things happen in that ring or in that octagon that people fail to realize, that blood sport back in the day, which was a blood sport, a gladiator in the Colosseums of Rome and Greece and, things such as that. And now it's, modern day, fast forward, things have changed a lot of rules, but drastic things still happen. Unfortunate things still happen. Tragic things still happen. You know what I mean? So this is just one story of such. So he's born on September 19th, 1992, he's American born, Puerto Rican, former professional boxer, honorary WBC world champion and gold medal winner at the 2010 Pan American Youth Championships at 141 pounds, right? So his nickname was Digit, super welterweight division, which is 154, right? It's known as super welterweight and junior middleweight. Just depends on what sanctioning body, but they both equal the same thing, 154 pounds. He stood at 6 foot, 74-inch reach. Nationality, already said, Puerto Rican, and he was born in Micheland, Florida. His professional record was 17 total fights with 16 wins, 13 by knockout, and 1 loss. So I'll give you a little background on his earlier years. Pritchard Colon was born in Florida. His parents are Richard and Nieves Colon, a retired waitress. At the age of 10, his father decided to move to Puerto Rico so Pritchard could represent the island in competitions. He moved there with his younger sister, while his mother and older brother remained in Florida. The family settled in the rural town of Orocovis, Puerto Rico. So as you see there, it said his father moved him to the island for competition. I think what that had to do was because the United States are so saturated with talent, with young fighters, from all nationalities, because you figure once you're born here, you're American, no matter what your actual nationality is. You know what I mean? So just think about it. You got all these guys. Or just look at the lightweight division, the 130-pound, 135-pound divisions for a minute there. They were saturated. They're still saturated. You got Tank Davis. You got Ryan Garcia. You got Isaac Cruz. You got Leo Santa Cruz. You got Mario Barrios. You got who else? Lomachenko. You got Teofimo Lopez, David Haney, Cambosos, Shakur. You know what I mean? All these guys, Russell Jr., all these different guys, you know what I mean? So the movement to Puerto Rico's an island of only 4 million people, you know what I mean? Gives them a better shot, right? So obviously the father made a good choice there, right? So Colon started his career at the Albergue Olímpico in Salinas, Puerto Rico. It was there that he earned the nickname Digit, which comes from the word digger in relation to his height. After graduating from high school, Colon began studying business administration at the Universidad del Sagrado Corazón in San Juan. So during his amateur career, Colon gained fame for winning 5 national championships in both the 140-pound and 152-pound divisions. He also won the gold medal at the 2010 Pan American Youth Championships at the 141-pound category. He fought at the Brazil pre-Olympics to win a pass to the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, but lost to Venezuelan fighter in the 3rd round. In 2012, Colon decided to become a professional fighter. He ended his amateur career with a record of 17-0. That's a fairly small amateur career, because a lot of these guys, uh, that's what I was saying again too about the guys. The father moving him to Puerto Rico for competition, because a lot of these guys grew up in the amateurs together. They grew up all through the amateurs together. No matter where they lived at in the country, they would travel. Their parents, would put the money up, or they became part of they got sponsors to sponsor them to get to where they got to go to for the competitions. And a lot of these dudes grew up together in the amateurs. But 17 fights in amateurs is not much at all, because you got some guys, they'll have 200-300 fights, amateur fights. You know what I mean? So he turns pro. He made his professional debut on February 26, 2013. His first fight was against Alexander Lasau at the Cosme Baitia Salamo Coliseum in Cataño, Puerto Rico. Colon knocked out Lasau in the first round, right? Colon distinguished himself from his restless schedule. He fought 5 times in 13, 7 times in 14, and his most notable fight came on September 9, 2015, when he fought against Vivian Harris, a more experienced fighter. The fight was held at Rico Coliseum in Toronto, or Rico, and ended with Colon knocking out Harris in the 4th round. On October 17, 2015, Colon was slated to fight Terrell Williams in an undercard fight at the Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax, Virginia. The fight was not originally part of the schedule, but was added when Andre Durrell stepped out from his fight with Blake Caparello for medical reasons. The fight occurred just 1 month after Colon's last fight with Vivian Harris. So this kid was very active, as you can see. He fought 6 times in one year, 7 times in another year, and then this fight he took on only a month in between his last fight. Colon and Williams fought for 9 rounds in the first. They fought 9 rounds, in the first 5 rounds of which Colon appeared to be ahead. Throughout the match, I couldn't read my own writing. Throughout the match, Williams repeatedly punched Colon in the back of the head illegally. Colon informed the referee, Joe Cooper, of the illegal punches to the back of the head, to which the referee replied, "You take care of it." Right? So Colon hit Williams with a low blow, for which Colon was penalized 2 points. After the illegal blows, Colon was knocked down for the first time in his professional career during the 9th round. Colon spoke to the ringside doctor between rounds and stated he felt dizzy, but he felt he could go on. The ringside doctor, Richard Ashby, cleared Colon and allowed the fight to continue, right? Colon was disqualified after the 9th round when his corner mistakenly removed his gloves, thinking it was the end of the fight. Colon's corner claimed he was incoherent and experiencing dizziness. After the fight, Colon was vomiting and was taken to the hospital, where he was diagnosed with brain bleeding. As a result, Colon went into a coma for 221 days. So I remember I didn't watch the fight in real time, but I watched it back, and he was repeatedly hitting the back of the head, and then he fell down, and even the color commentators were making fun of him, talking about, the one guy said he deserves an Oscar, and then the other commentator said, "Oh, I don't know about an Oscar, maybe an Emmy," and then the other guy answered back, "Oh yeah, probably an Emmy," and then this ends up happening, right? So he was treated for several weeks at Inova Fairfax Hospital in Virginia, but was eventually transferred to Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Colon was moved from hospital to his mother's home in Orlando, Florida. As of April 17, Colon had remained in a persistent vegetative state. In 2017, the parents of Pritchard Colon filed a lawsuit seeking damages in more than $50 million. The lawsuit has not yet been settled, though Colon's mother, Nieves Colon, believes it may never be settled. In September of 2017, interview while discussing the role in Colon's injury, Williams said, I pray for Colon every day. That's never going to change. I wish him nothing but peace and health. No one wants what happened to Pritchard to happen to anybody. All boxers are brothers. Williams is now mostly known for his role in the fight as opposed to his career. In July of 2018, Colon's mother posted a video of Colon on her Facebook account in which he can be seen taking physical therapy and responding to verbal commands. She also stated that he was learning how to communicate through a computer. she continues to upload videos of Colon's progress on YouTube, right? So um, when this happened to him, man, yeah, he was in a coma for 221 days, and when he came out of the coma, from the pic, from the images and pictures that were posted here and there, like when you do a Google search of images, pictures of Colon, um, you see majority of the fight with Williams, and you see him on the ground holding his head, the back of his head, and when he came out of the coma, man, he was in a vegetative state, that kind of like sitting there looking off into space, kind of, and even his physical appearance changed. His face. Obviously, if he was in a coma for 221 days, yeah, they're feeding him through a tube, but it's not like eating. You know what I'm saying? So he changed, his appearance changed a lot, and then you can see now when you go on things have been posted about him lately. You can see him trying to, physical therapy, how to move his legs and hands. I mean, I'm not really sure how far advanced he is in the physical therapy part of it, but it's just one of them unfortunate things, man. With Watson, Michael Watson, with the guy with Boom Boom Mancini, Dung Duke. I can't even pronounce his name, but the Boom Boom had killed him in the ring. Gerald McClellan. There's a few fighters, man, that are still alive that took took some damage, and it shows in their everyday life now. And hopefully Pritchard Colon can bounce back from this. Like I said, he was supposed to be the next prospect out of Puerto Rico to be a world champion. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, because of this incident. But that just goes to show people, like I had said in the beginning of the video, where this is still it's still a blood sport. Boxing, it's not to the death no more, like the competitions of the old days. But still, man, all it takes is one shot to get hit in a certain spot, and it really can jack you up. I mean, just look at the fight the other night, the UFC fight with Arasanya and Pareda. You know, he caught him on that nerve on his foot or leg, wherever. I don't know exactly where it's at, but it jacked him up from there on out. And same thing, Wilder and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury caught him in the back, like by the ear, which everybody knows that spot that'll jack up your equilibrium. And that's just a minor. That's just something minor. You know what I mean? This stuff is real. This guy's was in a coma for 221 days, and then, like I said, vegetative state, and then now he's making progress now, but it's like he has to communicate through a computer. He won't be able to talk. It's just one of them things to think about, man. Like when Izzy Arasanya said that he's blessed, after losing, and he's not taking it hard. It's he's blessed to be where he's at. Like he said, Pareda had bragging rights, and the story, and immediately after the fight in the press conference, he was saying, man, it happened the same way as last time. You know what I mean? So anyways, I think he's being humble about it. I think he'll bounce back, but it's just one of them fortunate things, man, here. So thoughts and prayers out to Pritchard Colon and his family. They're right there with him in the thick of things, on the everyday struggle, and to get him back the best to his ability. And with that being said, Big Lou gonna tap on out.